Okay.
So you live in the Philippines?
Yeah, we're from the Philippines, down south of part of the Philippines.
Okay, so not from Manila, far away from Manila.
Good. Interestingly, there's this part of our in Mindanao that's still a community that speaks Spanish.
Chavacano.
Chabacano. You know that.
A lot of Filipinos here. Nice shoes. I love your shoes. Okay, so guys, if you don't mind coming a little bit closer this way. Okay, so can you all hear me? If not, you can come closer. There is more room here, there is more room there. So first of all, welcome everyone. Welcome to Barcelona. Welcome to Park Güell. The name of the Park Güell it's quite fake. Okay, we call it Park Güell because it was owned by Mr. Güell at some point, but the real name of this mountain is pretty funny in Spanish. It's La Montaña Calva. It was the bald mountain. It was a mountain with no flowers, no plants, no trees, and no animals before Gaudí came here. So Mr. Güell bought the mountain as an investment. Do you know people investing in real estate? You buy something destroyed, you restore it, you buy things from IKEA and you say they're coming from an artist, and then you sell it for twice the price. So this is the same idea, but a little bit more expensive. He bought the mountain, he hired Antoni Gaudí, and the idea was building 60 houses for the 60 richest families. Now, how many houses Gaudí built? 0. This park has 3 big problems. First one, the distance. How many of you came by taxi?
So many.
Okay, some of you. How many of you use the public transport, like metro or bus? Perfect. Who's crazy enough to walk? There is always someone. So how many minutes or hours? 20?
Just from the station.
Oh, so you use the metro and then walked. Okay. And the rest of you, public transport or metro or taxi. Now imagine that it's 125 years ago, because that's when the park started. There are no cars. If you're lucky and you're rich, you have a horse or a donkey. But now imagine the workers. They come from the Gothic quarter carrying all their belongings. Is that a good option? It was the only one. So at the beginning there were around 300 workers, 200, 100, 50, 0. Do you understand why? They were offering better jobs in the city center. More money, closer to your house, you live Park Güell. Second problem, water. In Barcelona, it's never raining. It's raining between 30 to 45 days a year. We call this the Mediterranean weather. The same you can find in Italy, in Greece, in Turkey, in Morocco, in the south part of California, some parts of Australia, Chile. We call it the Mediterranean weather, and then we have something worse. Barcelona is sitting on top of sandstone. Sandstone is really porous and it absorbs water and pollution. So when it's raining a little bit, the water goes through the sandstone and it disappears. If it's raining a lot, then the water is not going through the sandstone and the water destroys everything. It needs to rain a little bit every single day. And where can you find it? United Kingdom, France, Germany, the Netherlands, or anywhere that is closer to the coldest parts of Europe. But if you live in the south, this is a weird day, because we see the sun 320 days a year. So we can see the sun a little bit, but we're using jumpers or jackets. It's cold for us. If you go to the city center and you see local people, they are wearing jackets and scarves. Do we have someone coming from the north of Europe? Where are you coming from? Denmark? Germany? What's the temperature over there now? 8. 8 is what you can see here in February. And in February over there you have like minus something. We never see snow here, so this is cold. So I hope you're not freezing. Yeah? So the distance, the lack of water, and now comes the third problem, the timing. Most of those projects were a success in other countries because they were done the second half of 19th century. We were late. And when we started the project, it was already 20th century. And it had to be stopped or cancelled in 1914 because of the First World War. So rich families, when there is a war, they don't spend it. They keep it or they protect it. So rich families had three options. They could live in the city center, what they did. They could come to Park Güell, or they could do what some of them did. They escaped and they went to America. Nowadays you go to America, from Canada to Argentina, and you see Spanish surnames, French surnames, Italian surnames, German surnames, because poor families fight, rich families escape. Okay? So guys, this is a big failure. Of the 60 houses, they built 0. But they started with the public area. So the first thing Gaudí built was underneath the mountain, he built a huge water tank. Then he built the roads for the future cars or carriages. And as you can see, on both sides, we have channels. In case it's raining, they could collect the water. And when they were about to start the houses, Mr. Güell said, stop. That's too expensive. We're gonna build 2 prototypes, Model A and Model B. Rich families will be able to choose if they want a big house or a small house. By the way, when I say big house, it's 4 floors. When I say small house, it's only 3 floors. It's a small house in 19th century. We are talking about 3 floors, 450 square meters with a front yard and a backyard. And in the backyard, you could do some wine because there was a winery. Do you have this kind of house? Maybe? If yes, are you open to adopt people? You can adopt a guy there. Yeah? By the way, if you listen to that, we have a football field right here. They are playing football, or what they call it in America, soccer. So don't worry, it's not a weird demonstration, it's just kids having fun and parents betting money. You know how it works. So guys, the distance, the timing, and the water. They built 2 prototypes and then it was cancelled. So there were only 3 families living here. Mr. Güell, the owner, because he had a property already here. Antoni Gaudí, that was the architect. And Mr. Trias, that was the lawyer. Those 2 families lived here because Mr. Güell was owing money to them, so he paid with the property. So they were living all together till 1920s. 1925, Gaudí left, and that's when the park became to change. They needed some restoration, but Gaudí was not here anymore, so they decided to close the park in 1926. 3 years later, we had the crack of 1929, so the economy went to the floor. A few years later, the Spanish Civil War, 1936. Then we had the Second World War, and as you may know, in Spain we had Francisco Franco, the dictator, from 1939 till 1975. Spain was one of the worst economies. Barcelona was bombed and attacked a few times because Franco was against Catalonia and France. Germany was supporting Franco and Mussolini was supporting Franco, so they were bombing Barcelona from multiple places, and this park was abandoned. It was empty and it was closed. In 1976, with the democracy, they decided to reopen it, and they discovered that there was something incredible. Flowers, plants, trees, and animals. The park was a failure, but there was already a water tank. After 50 years collecting water, water was everywhere. So nature appeared. So what you're seeing right now, it's natural, because we didn't do that, but it's artificial because it shouldn't be here. You understand it? Okay, so now, flowers, plants, and trees, they all belong to this weather, except the palm trees. The palm trees are not from Europe, but as you know, we discovered America, and we brought palm trees from America. So they are from America. And then when we talk about the animals, we split them in 3 groups. Cute, ugly, and dangerous. This is like going to the club. It's like going to disco. The cute ones are the ones that you want to see, but they don't want to see you. The ugly ones are the ones that you don't want to see, but they want to see you. And the dangerous ones that you don't want to see them, they don't want to see you, but you're in a toxic relationship and you always meet. Okay? So when I say cute, I'm talking about squirrels, rabbits, cats, and salamanders. When I say ugly, I'm talking about lizards, snakes, pigeons, and rats. And when I say dangerous, there are two animals that are potentially dangerous. The first one is only on top of the mountain, so if you want to walk over there, you may see them. I'm talking about boars. You know what a boar is? Like those wild pigs, like the European puma. They don't attack people, they don't chase people, they don't eat people. But if you go there and you have a sandwich, you need to understand that you're in between them and their sandwich. It's not your sandwich anymore. So there are two options to escape. First one, be smarter than them. Treat them like politicians. 50-50, you throw it one way, you leave the other way. The other option, you can use them as the Italian mafia. You give the sandwich to someone else, and we're gonna call it an accident. So ex-husbands, ex-wives, ex-parents, ex-kids, ex-friends, up to you. And then we have the other animal that is where we are going. It's a subspecies of human being, okay? We call them influencers. Do you know what an influencer is? So be careful because they bite. This park provides the best panoramic view of Barcelona, and we have the second best photo of the city. The first one, Sagrada Familia, of course. Second one is Park Güell. So once we go to the main square, be careful. You're gonna see a lot of people taking pictures. If you're in between them and the photo, sometimes they bite. Okay, nowadays, since 2025, we call them labubus. Do you know what a labubu is? So, from behind, they look cute. But when you see their face, they are creepy and they are showing the teeth. So if you go between photographer and model, be careful. If they bite you, you have to bite them back. If they hit you, hit them back. And if they cry and they call the police officers, you tell them that it was my fault, but my name is Joseph. Okay? Raúl can only be used for good things. Joseph for the rest. So guys, ready to walk? Ready to enjoy this beautiful failure? Ready to see the influencers? Good luck. Vámonos. Follow me. There you go, the first animal, the pigeon. They're too comfortable.
In UNESCO.
Yes, it is. This is World Heritage. Not for a long time, but it is nowadays. For that reason, we need to pay to go inside. Because we have to protect it, we have to preserve it, and we have to restore it. And protecting, preserving, and restoring is everything but cheap. Okay, we're gonna stay here on the right. Is the microphone working? Okay guys, if you don't mind coming to this side. This way, please. All right, so guys, we already know that this park is a failure. Now let's try to understand why Gaudí stayed here till the end. Guys, do you work? Yeah, most of you? Do you work for money or passion? Money? All of you? Is no one working for passion?
No.
Okay, so I hope we don't have doctors, nurses, teachers.
So I said both.
Both? What do you do?
A nurse.
A nurse? What do you do?
Retired.
No, he's betraying you. He's pointing at you. So can I ask, what do you do?
You.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
You're okay. So you work for passion, both, right?
Of course.
Yes.
Where do you work now?
In the Philippines.
Public school, a public hospital or private one? Private. Passion. Public or private? Private as well. Do we have any teacher here or someone working with kids intentionally? You do? Public or private? Always public. Me too. So we have no money. We do it for passion. So guys, Gaudí was working for money. Money. Casa Batlló, Mr. Batlló was a politician. Casa Milà, Mr. Milà was a banker. Park Güell, Mr. Güell bought a mountain. Can you buy a mountain nowadays? No. So he was working for money, and then when they pay you, you can do your passion. You can eat, you can drink, you can party, you can travel, you can gamble, I guess, if it's your passion. But Gaudí was he had one single passion, God. He was really religious, he was Christian, he was Catholic, and he believed that his mission was building Sagrada Familia. Sagrada Familia is an expiatory temple. It's a church based on donations. So the more people bring money, the faster they go. Nowadays with tourism it's enough. Last year they sold 5 million tickets, and that's more or less 150 million euros in 1 year. But when Gaudí was here, tourism was not a thing, so Gaudí was paying to work. So you can love what you do, but if they tell you that they are not going to pay you for 6 months, you're going to do something that you don't like, but they will pay you. Right? Doctors, nurses, and teachers. So guys, this park, it was just a project for money. He was working for money. Now, does it mean that Gaudí is not going to be here focused and inspired? No. Gaudí was the architect. He was telling the workers what to do. But as you may know, if there is a problem in Sagrada Familia, he's going to be there. So sometimes he was not here, and sometimes the workers, they had to continue, but they had no information of Gaudí. So they were doing their best. So now there is something that is really important. Some parts of the park are Gaudí, and some parts of the park are Gaudí-esque. So they look like Gaudí, but they are not from Gaudí. Let me show you the best example. Look at the bridge behind you. That bridge is Gaudí. Gaudí was an architect that he was always saying, God is perfect, God made nature. Nature means perfection, so I'm gonna use nature. If the mountain is made of sandstone, the bridge is made of sandstone. If the mountain is going to be surrounded by trees, the columns are going to look like trees. They all have some kind of inclination, and there are some rocks that look like branches. And then if you look at the roof, there are some rocks falling. They could be bananas, coconuts, leaves, or maybe stalactites. But do you all agree that this mountain, or at least that bridge, looks part of the mountain? Yeah. Okay, so now please turn around again and look at this house. This house is Model A or Prototype A. The house is pink. Do you see anything pink in this mountain? No. The house is made of concrete. Do you find concrete in nature? The house is full of straight lines. Do you find straight lines in nature? So guys, is the house Gaudí or Gaudí-esque?
Yes.
Gaudí-esque. There is another way to see if it's Gaudí or not. Gaudí was working for money, so he was using expensive and exclusive materials. And nowadays, we could say marble, bronze, gold. Back then, mosaics, tiles. So guys, look at the tower. Do you see mosaics? Unfortunately, it looks like mosaics, but it's actually concrete painted. So it looks like Gaudí, but it's Gaudí-esque. So we all understood that this is not from Gaudí, right? Perfect. So now let's twist the story. The house was from Gaudí. It's where Gaudí lived for almost 20 years. In 1925, he left, and Sagrada Familia is nowadays the owner. So listen carefully, because I cannot say it twice. This is the official Casa Museo, house museum. It's the official museum of Gaudí, because this is where he spent most of his life. But the building is not from Gaudí, and there is nothing from Gaudí inside. In order to go inside, you have to pay. But it's not a payment it's a donation, because the owner is Sagrada Familia, so it counts as a donation towards the church or donation towards God. So, is it worth going in? As an official guide, I have to say yes. It's really worth going inside a building that is not from Gaudí, with nothing from Gaudí, and free and expensive. If you go to the other side of the park, there is a building from Gaudí, with Gaudí stuff and free, but guys, who likes free stuff? Please go to the official one, is the one that I have to recommend. Okay? Unfortunately, I'm a guide and I'm a teacher, marketing is not my thing, so I usually try to promote it, but I do it wrong. So I hope you get the reference. This is really worth going in, so please do the line to go in, because there is a long line. Yeah? So we're gonna focus on things that are real. We're gonna talk about the road. How many of you know what a rosary is?
Rosario?
Rosario. Do we have any rosaries here, by any chance? You have it? Maybe? Do you all know what a rosary is? No. Okay. So, if you have one, none of you have it? You do? I will take care of it, don't worry.
Yeah, that's all right. I just got to find it.
No worries.
You keep talking and I'll find it.
So for those that don't know, a rosary is a necklace ending with a Christian cross. And you're supposed to be counting the beads while you're praying. I think we have no rosaries. Oh, we do. Thank you. I will take care of it. So, for those that don't know, this is a rosary, okay? That's only for Christians, technically Catholics, but as well in Orthodox they have something similar. If you go to Buddhism, if you go to Hinduism, if you go to Muslims, they have something really similar. So a Christian has to count all the beads while they are praying. So do you all have a rosary with you nowadays? Well, some of you. Most people don't have a rosary, so there are two options. The Vatican has an app. There is a rosary that is online. The other option, you mentally count, and every single count is a Lord Prayer, Ave Maria, or a mystery. But what happens if you forgot the rosary at home and you don't have an iPhone, because 100 years ago there were no iPhones? Well, Gaudí designed the road. Those rocks here are the beads of a rosary, but we have a little problem. If you want to count, there are 150. If you want to pray, it will take you 3 to 5 hours. Up to you. You have time. After the tour, you can stay here till 10:30 p.m. But if you're late, boars will bite. Okay? So this road is going to take you from the entrance to the place where they were supposed to be building the church, but since the park is a failure, we only have 3 crosses, where they crucified Jesus and the 2 thieves, the Golgotha, or the mountain of the skull. So we're gonna go through the Rosary Road. My advice, stay on the right side of the road. If you go closer to the palm trees, birds are gonna have fun, because now they are eating, their stomach is pretty small, so sometimes it may rain. For that reason, we are always using hats here. As we say here, good luck if you're wearing black. So guys, ready to continue?
Yes.
Vámonos. There is no nest in this one. We have a nest there, and we have a nest on the last one. But here we should be fine. But I'm still wearing the hat. So now, guys, I'm gonna explain you something that is really hard to understand. So I hope I explain it properly. The reason because Gaudí lived here is in front of you. Do you understand why he spent here his time? He could control everything. He could control Park Güell, he could control Sagrada Familia, that is on the left side, the city center in front of you, and the most important thing, the Montjuïc mountain on the right side. Montjuïc means the Jewish mountain. It was the quarry. That's where the stone was coming from. And something important, it was considered the holy mountain of Barcelona. Montjuïc is 173 meters tall. Sagrada Familia is going to be 172.5. That's around 565 feet. There is nothing as perfect as God, so he's going to finish as close to God as possible. But when Gaudí died, this idea died. The city now is 4, 5, 6 times bigger, and there are things above the church. Like, for example, if you turn around, that white building, that is Model B or Prototype B. So now, my question is, do we have any lawyer in this group? Lawyers? Future lawyers? Retired lawyers? No? Remember, you're not working, you can say the truth? No? Okay. Remember, I'm being filmed, so now you have nothing to do against me. Okay? I'm gonna ask your contact just in case. Yes. So guys, we know that what lawyers do. If they win, they get paid. And if they lose, they don't lose. They still get paid. It's the client that goes to jail. Okay? So the lawyer was younger than Gaudí and was younger than Güell. He saw the chance, and he saw that Mr. Güell was losing all his money. And if he loses the money, he's not gonna get paid. So he said, you know that if you die, the park will go to your kids, and the debt will go to your kids, right? You don't want your debt to go to your kids. So since the park is a failure, why don't you go to the government and you tell them that you're gonna return the mountain back to the city, and they're gonna be able to pay your debt? And Mr. Güell was not sure, and he said, well, let me talk to them, maybe we find a better agreement. So in 1916, Mr. Trias, the lawyer, went to the town hall and he talked to the lawyer. Well, one thing, if the park is a failure, you won't go to your kids. Mr. Güell, whenever he dies, he will give the mountain back to the city. And the government said, we need something else. Okay, we're gonna give you their property, the building over there, and it's gonna be a public school. The mountain is gonna be a public mountain or a public park, but the debt won't be belonging to their kids. Deal? Deal. So he came back, he explained that to Mr. Güell, and he said, you did a great job, thank you very much. He died a few months later, and then Trias modified the contract. I'm giving the mountain back to Barcelona. I'm giving my property to Barcelona, but the lawyer can keep the house. So guys, they are still the owners. They cannot live here. They have to pay the restoration, they have to pay the taxes, but they own a 1% of the park, and for that reason, they own a 1% of the profits. So last year, Park Güell sold 50 million euros in tickets, and that means that one half, so 500,000 goes to the lawyer. Guys, do you have a passive income of $500,000 only because your great-grandfather bought something? And if yes, are you married? No? You're not filming this, right? Okay, great. So guys, Model A, Model B, Mr. Güell's house, that is nowadays a public school. Unfortunately, we cannot go inside any of those buildings. Mr. Gaudí is a private museum, let's say. Mr. Way is a private property, and if you go to the public school, then you may need a lawyer. Okay? So we're gonna go where we can go. We're gonna go to the square where we have the best photo of the park. So we're gonna go all together. I'm gonna give you the explanation of the park, and then if you happen to survive the free time with influencers, we will continue going down. Ready? Let's go. Vámonos.
Nawawala ka.
This is not gonna end good. So now, as you can see, now we are in a different area. This area is a square, and the square has two names. You can call it Nature Square, or you can call it the Greek Theater. Nature Square, because here Gaudí copied God. If God is perfect and God gave us sandstone, Gaudí is gonna use sandstone. If the sandstone absorbs the water, when it's raining, the water is gonna go through the sandstone here, through the pipes underneath, to the water tank. The water tank is a little bit bigger than that square. It's for more or less 4 Olympic swimming pools. And then we have the other name, that is the Greek Theater. For those that don't know, a Greek theater is like a Roman amphitheater, or like an open theater with no roof. So we saw 2 houses plus the palace. We are missing 58 houses, and they should be somewhere there, in this beautiful and green failure. Rich families, they were supposed to be coming here. The show was right in the middle, and the rich families sitting down. So now, before I give you some free time, the bench is something that you have to try, but it's not gonna be comfortable for everyone. So please raise your hand if you're physically, not mentally, not emotionally, only physically under 30 years old. So who's 30 or under 30?
Physically?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Under 30 or under 30? No? None of us, okay. Well, maybe you already know what I'm gonna say. People that are more experienced, do you know what a back pain is?
Yeah.
When you wake up and you go to the toilet, the knees are talking to each other.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're crunchy already? Then the bench is for you. The bench is extremely comfortable, and if you sit down, it has a lower back support, it has a lumbar support. At the same time, it has some inclination. Your back is gonna go backwards, and you're gonna find the neck support. and that's gonna tell you siesta time. Your forehead is gonna go backwards and you're gonna be like this. So be careful, because sometimes you think, oh, there is someone praying. And then they are talking a different language. So usually people choose the bench that is closer to the tree, so if it's raining or it's sunny, you're protected. Be careful. If you fall asleep and you open your mouth, pigeons may have some fun. Okay? So I'm gonna give you now some time to take pictures, to enjoy the bench, and to fight the influencers over there. And we're gonna meet here in a few minutes. So right now, it's 1:14. We're gonna meet here at 1:25 in 10, 11 minutes. Yeah? So good luck. I'll be holding the flag. 10 minutes. Are you gonna go to the match in Madrid?
Certainly not.
Are you gonna watch it in a bar?
We're in the plane, I think.
They're playing tomorrow 4 p.m.
Oh, then we're not. Then we're back.
Well, we'll see. Barca or Madrid? Okay. Kids accept. You're okay here. I don't have to kill you.